Did you know that every day you eat boogers? Not on purpose, of course, because they're gross. But those little boogers are actually mucus. And when it dries up in your nose, you accidentally eat them when you eat or drink. EW. It might sound disgusting, but mucus is one of the many ways your body protects you from getting sick. Hi, it's me, and this is my channel. Today, we're going to dive into your nose with our new friend Snotty the Booger. He lives inside your nasal cavity, which is the big open space behind your nostrils, along with lots of other friendly bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Yep, even friends can be a little gross sometimes. They're part of your microbiome, all the good and bad germs that make their home on and inside your body. Having a bunch of friends living in your nose might sound icky, but they're really helpful. Let's ask Snotty. Snotty, what do you do to help us stay healthy? Boy, there's so much to do around here. First, your microbiome produces chemicals that stop bad guys from growing in your nose. Those bad guys are pathogens like certain types of bacteria, viruses, and fungi that cause illness. Your friends fight them off so you don't get sick. The second thing we do is trap germs. You see, all day long, you're breathing in tiny particles, including germs. So your friends and I stick to those germs and prevent them from getting deeper into your respiratory system. That's the system made of your nose, throat, and lungs that helps you breathe and gets oxygen into your blood. Keeping germs out of your lungs is really important because that is where the air you breathe goes before it gets all the way into your body. If the bad guys make it past your nose and set up shop in your lungs, you could start coughing, wheezing, or feel like you have a runny nose or a fever. And in some cases, it could be a lot worse. So it is good to have Snotty and the gang in your nose to help prevent that from happening. But Snotty, how exactly do you trap germs if you're just hanging out in the nasal cavity? Well, when you inhale or exhale, your diaphragm moves up and down, and that makes air move in and out of your nose. When you breathe in, Snotty the Booger and all the other mucus in your nasal cavity wiggle around and move those tiny particles that include germs up toward your sinuses. These are the air-filled spaces around your nose. And once they're there, it's easy to get rid of them. All you have to do is sneeze. Ah, I love a good sneeze. You know what else your mucus does? It keeps your nose moist. It's super important that your nose stays wet so you can breathe through it easily. When your nose is dry, it can get all red and itchy. And if it's really bad, you could even bleed. That's no fun. So thanks to your mucus, your nose stays nice and wet. And speaking of mucus, do you want to know what's in a booger? Well, let's ask Snotty. What's in a booger? A booger is just dried up mucus, and the main ingredient in mucus is water. Water makes up about 96% of a booger. But that remaining 4% is pretty interesting. There's protein, including immunoglobulins, which are antibodies that help fight off infection. There's also salt and lipids, which are fats that keep your nose moist and help trap germs. And finally, there are exfoliated skin cells. These are dead skin cells that have worked hard protecting your body from germs. And now they're ready to move on to, well, wherever dead skin cells go. So not only does your mucus protect you from germs, but it also helps clean your nose. Speaking of cleaning, should we wash our hands after picking our noses? Sure, it's gross to pick your nose, but it's natural. You see, when you breathe through your nose, you're constantly getting mucus, dirt, dust, and other stuff stuck in there. Sometimes it's itchy or uncomfortable, so you have to dig around to get relief. And when you do, you may come across a booger, a clump of mucus that's stuck in your nose and has collected all the other gunk. You may also come across an unwanted nose hair. Nose hairs trap larger particles from getting into your nasal cavity in the first place, but they can get pretty long and tickly. So if it bothers you, you may pick one out. And then, of course, you want to wash your hands because you touch your nose and who knows what is on your fingers, right? But washing your hands after touching your nose is more about keeping things sanitary than it is about germs. That's because your nose is really good at trapping germs. In fact, scientists think that having a nose might be one of the reasons humans evolved to breathe through our noses instead of just breathing through our mouths like some other animals do. Our noses are basically like nature's air filter. They keep germs out of our lungs. This is especially true when we breathe in through our noses. That's because when air passes through your nostrils, it hits a little bump called the turnabout. The technical name is the inferior turbinate. This bump causes the air to spin around, which helps bigger particles like pollen and bacteria stick to the mucus in your nose and prevents them from traveling any further. Breathing in through your mouth doesn't come with that feature. Since your nose acts as a filter, your microbiome and mucus trap most of the germs you encounter during an average day. But wait, if you breathe in through your nose, why do you breathe out through your mouth? That's a great question. It's an evolutionary adaptation that helps with talking. No matter how you breathe in, all the air in your lungs comes out the same way. It goes up your windpipe and through your mouth. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth allows you to control the airflow while you talk. This gives you the ability to make all the different sounds needed to communicate. So thanks to your nose, you can breathe and talk at the same time. Your nose and mucus are so cool. Let's review everything we learned. Mucus is made of water, proteins, salts, and lipids. It keeps your nose moist so you can breathe easily. It traps germs before they can reach your lungs. And it fights off pathogens by preventing them from growing in your nasal cavity. There are tons of friendly bacteria, viruses, and fungi that live in your nose. Together, they're called your microbiome. Every day, you eat some mucus along with all the other food you eat. Dried up mucus is called a booger. It's mostly made of water, but it also contains protein, salt, and lipids. Picking your nose is a natural reflex, but you should probably wash your hands afterward. So there you have it, a nose full of facts about your amazing nose. Thanks for watching, and thanks for learning with us here. We hope you learned a lot and had a blast doing it. So remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more fun learning adventures. Have fun, though I do. Do you want to keep learning? Check out the links below for some awesome books about the immune system and the human body. Don't forget to turn your learning into a game and get moving with a science kit. Make slime, grow crystals, and learn about states of matter with these fun hands-on activities. You can even take a virtual field trip to a science museum right from your couch. Thanks for watching. See you next time.